The 10 IPL teams will be looking to buy between 21 to 23 players each in the IPL auction that's slated to take place on the 12th and 13th of February. So you sort of know why this is being called the big IPL auction, right? A total of 33 players have already been retained / picked by the 8 old and the 2 new franchises, with a maximum of 217 more players likely to pick up contracts in the IPL auction. This video, of course, is also about the auction, where I'm going to tell you everything you need to know before the big day. Let's start with the 2 new franchises that make it a 10-team tournament now, not for the first time, but it sees the return of the RP Sanjeev Goenka group that in fact was part of the IPL earlier for 2 seasons when they owned the rising Pune SUPERGIANTS franchise. Remember, MS Dhoni started as captain, replaced by Steve Smith as captain. Brings back memories. Well, the RP Sanjeev Goenka group are back in the fold. They now own the Lucknow franchise, for which they paid a bank-breaking rupees 7,000 crore. And we also have the Ahmedabad franchise that was bought for rupees 5,600 crore. Now, these 2 new franchises got to pick 3 players each from the pool of players that was released by the 8 old IPL franchises, meaning when, after Mumbai retained Rohit, BUMRAH, SURYA and POLLARD, and RCB retained VIRAT and SIRAJ and MAXWELL. Well, after the 8 old franchises retained a total of 27 players, everybody else that was released into the player pool, from that pool, these 2 new franchises got to pick 3 players each. Lucknow have picked KL Rahul, paying him rupees 17 crore, making him the joint highest earning player in IPL history. Then they've also picked Marcus Stoinis, who they will be paying rupees 9.2 crore, and Ravi Bishnoi, who's an uncapped player, gets rupees 4 crore. And Ahmedabad have picked Hardik Pandya and Rashid Khan, who will be paid rupees 15 crore each, and SHUBMAN GILL, who will be paid rupees 8 crore. So that's 33 players already picked, retained by old IPL teams, and with a total sum of 338 crores already being spent before any players even go under the hammer in the auction. The next point, of course, is who is on that auction list, right? Well, according to the BCCI, 1,214 players have registered for the IPL auction, of which 896 are Indians and 318 are overseas players. This list, of course, will be shortened. It's been sent to the IPL franchises, and they sort of pick the players they might likely to bid for in the auction to help shorten that list, so the auction can actually happen across 2 days. The more important list, of course, is of the players who've slotted themselves in the rupees 2 crore base price. Now, remember, this is the big IPL auction. Teams are looking to almost build entire squads from scratch. So there will be some big bids this time round. Also remember, there is no right to match card in this auction. So coming back to the 49 players who've slotted themselves in the rupees 2 crore base price bracket, there are 32 overseas players, including David Warner, Steve Smith, Mitch Marsh, Pat Cummins, Trent Bolt, Quinton de Kock, Faf du Plessis and Kagiso Rabada. Among the Indians, of course, there are Shikhar Dhawan, R. Ashwin, Shreyas Iyer, Yuzvendra Chahal, Deepak Chahar, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Dinesh Karthik, Mohammad Shami, Shardul Thakur and Robin Uthappa. The interesting list, though, is of the players who've chosen to stay away from the auction, considering it's a big auction this time round. Chris Gayle at 42, well, we've probably seen the last of him in the IPL when he exited Punjab's bio bubble midway through the second half of the 2021 season. There's also Ben Stokes and Jofra Archer, RR regulars previously. Well, both of them have elected to stay away from the auction this time around. And also missing from the auction list will be Chris Wokes and Sam Curran. Sam Curran, interestingly, was expected to be retained by the Chennai franchise, but as he's tweeted, it seems evident that he's decided to prioritize his England career and will be playing county cricket instead. And finally, how much money can be spent at this IPL auction? Already 338 crores have been spent by the 10 IPL franchises in retailing / picking the 33 players. A total of 90 crores can be spent by each of the IPL franchises in totality to pick up to build their squad of a maximum of 25 players. Now, Chennai, Kolkata and Mumbai retained 4 players each, meaning 42 crores was cut from their kitty, meaning they go into the auction with 48 crores. Interestingly, Delhi also retained 4 players, but they spent 42.5 crores in doing so. So they therefore go into the auction with the least amount of money, 47.5 crores. And then RCB, Lucknow, Ahmedabad, Rajasthan, Hyderabad have all retained picked 3 players each and have between 50 to 70 crores left. The biggest auction purse available will of course be Punjab's, because they retained only 2 players including Mayank Agarwal and Arshdeep Singh, and they spent a total of 16 crores on them, meaning they have 72 crores to spend at the auction. So that's about the wrap I have for you for the IPL auction. Tell me in the comment section below actually which player you think will be the biggest buy of the auction.